Hey guys, Vaultboy111 back here with another reaction video. Now, a little bit ago I was looking at my videos and I saw that my reaction video had 59 views. 59, that's the most I've ever gotten. Serious. And so I'm pretty happy. So, I'm making another. This one is still Storybooth. I still hate my phone. And let me just turn the volume turn down a bit.
Ever since I was little, I would watch shows like Cops and watch all the different types of people get picked up by the police and taken to jail. I had always been so set that I would never want to end up like that I even set my goals and career paths on law enforcement and becoming someone to help and not be in jail. March 3rd, I decided that I would drink because of how terrible that my day was and how I wanted to hang out with my friend.
I'm just going to pause it and never want to talk, okay? Because you may not like it that I'm pausing it, but you probably won't like it if you hear my voice over it. But if you really like these videos, you should really go check out Storybooth. It's an amazing channel. Really like it. This seems cool, but you need to go check it out. Trust me, you will not regret it at all. So, alright, so she's a teenager. She wants to drive. She wants to drink. She's had a bad day. She wants to drink. It makes no sense. And also, I'm watching a show
before he left for college, and I was alone once again. We went to a movie, and then went to a store, and next thing he knew, we were at a park. We sat there for a couple minutes, played soccer for a little while, and down went an entire bottle of vodka.
I thought this was America, not... Okay. Like, I've done certain things, like soccer, everyone's so violent, I swear, like, go anywhere else is gonna be better soccer than us, because that's not really our national pastime. That should give you a hint on where I live. Uganda! Darn it, Billy, that's not right.
An entire bottle of wine. It started to rain, so we both ended up running into the backseat of my car and sitting there talking for a couple hours. We were so drunk, we totally forgot that it was midnight and we both had to be home soon. We both ended up passing out, and next thing I knew, when I woke up, there were so many cop cars surrounding us. An officer walked up to me and asked me my name, and I gave him my license, and I thought everything would be okay. No. I don't really remember much after that. I do know that I ended up in the backseat of a cop car. We drove about 20 minutes out to a station. They filed paperwork. They gave me 3 phone calls. I used the first...
Kids, adults, teenagers. This is why you don't drink. You get the drunk. And for all we know, she could have tried to drink home drunk. She could have tried to drive home drunk, which could have ended in a crash and deaths, which is even worse than going to jail for a night. I mean, this is just horrible. I mean, wowza. I'm also watching a show right now, so if some of my reactions may not really follow with the video, probably because I'm watching something, so yeah. Anyway, let's continue with it.
I want to call my mom, and she didn't answer. I used the second to call my grandparents, and they answered, which ended up in them calling my mom and her yelling at me. I sat there waiting, and finally they took me to the back where they took my blood and made me pee in a cup. I have scars on my legs and my arms from self-harm, so I was put into the special side of the jail where you have to wear a green padded dress and it's Velcro, so you can't hurt yourself. I was only in there for a day and a half, but felt like I was in there for 4 years. Finally, I was allowed to leave. I didn't know what to do and I didn't know how to feel. My mom came and picked me up, $271.
You know what? It's probably not as comfortable as thinking it, but you're in a small room. No windows at all, maybe a bed. If the bed's comfortable, then oh yes. It'd probably be easier. Just be like, you know what, let's just think, take a nap. I mean, you got a bed. It's probably good. If you had to pass the day, I'd probably just take a nap. But yeah, sure, you guys, you got a bad day, okay? Imagine this, you get a bad day, don't drink, okay? Don't drink away your problems. It's not gonna make them go away. Might make you forget about them momentarily, but in the long run, it's not. Just, you gotta face those problems in the face. Make sure they can never bother you ever again, okay? Yeah.
for my bail. They had taken my car, and I had to go pick up my car, $180. I went to counseling right after that and went to the doctors and had to get on antidepressants because the thought of sleeping and being there again made me scared. About 5 months have gone by, and the thought of being in jail still haunts me. I don't ever want to be back there again. I'm afraid to drive. I've pushed so many people away because I'm afraid that something bad will end up happening and I'll be back in that situation. Now I know what to avoid and what will happen.
Okay, then. Okay, then. Well, then. Now you know. You do that, you're gonna be in jail for about a day and a half. So yeah, guys, just don't do it, okay? Don't drink, especially don't drink and drive. People don't want to see that. People don't want that to happen to you. And well, since we're on the topic, you guys probably don't want to talk about this. If you do not want to talk about the suicide thing, then then if you don't want to talk about that, skip ahead, okay, to a random amount of it. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that. Maybe in another episode, literally labeled, I talk about why you should not suicide. Okay? Okay. Comment down below if you want that. And if you don't, too bad. I'm going to do it either way. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to be a lot shorter. Probably like 2 gigs again. I have a video that's 2 gigs. It's going to be coming up when I get internet access. Okay, then. Alright, I'll be back with another episode. Okay, I got a new one. It's called I Survived the War, but We Lost My Sister. Now, this is probably going to be sad. Because, well, survive the war, lose family. Not going to be too good. Anyway, let's get into the video.
Hi, my name is Zara. My
Hi, Zara.
dad is from England and my mum is from Iraq, and I was born in England. When I was about 7 years old, my mum was like, hey, maybe we should go to Iraq. I've not seen my family in so long, so maybe we should pay them a visit, and maybe we could stay there for a while. And my dad was like, no.
Yeah. So, if there's a war going on in a place and you want to go there, it's not a very good idea. You should go there when the war's over, or invite them over. I mean, be a better idea to invite them over. Be like, hey, you know what? There's a war going on there. How about you stay around my house until it's over? Bring some of your personal belongings, some of your most valuable things, because I'll probably save your life. And that's not what I meant. I mean, I can't think right now. Anyway, it'll probably, well, your home might get destroyed. You may not want to hear that, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, some of this stuff is just horrible. Feel very sorry for them. Very much so. People lose their family like that.
Mind, like, that's where the war is going on.
Mm-hmm.
My mum was like, yeah, well, that's where I was born, that's where I was raised. So my dad family agrees, and me, my mum, my dad, and my sisters and brothers.
Wait, so they're still flying planes over there while there's a war going on. Peculiar. I don't really understand that. And let's continue.
Just went there. Everything was fine until I was about 9 years old. I remember it was about 4 a.m. and then I was woken up to the sound of screams and crying, and I was like, what's going on? This isn't right. So I decided to look out my window.
Okay, if your screams outside, mine, don't look out your window. I mean, you might want to just tell your parents, don't look out the window, because for all you know, there could be, something outside that window. Wouldn't necessarily end well. I mean, in my opinion, there could be, like, a blast, like, someone lets off some sort of bomb, like a, let me get an example, think of an example. Ooh, I'm tired. Any kind of, like, small bomb that could do some damage, so yeah.
I see fire. I see a building on fire. I rush to my mom's room and I grab her by the hand. I rush back to my room and I show her the fire. She screamed and she woke everyone up, and she was having a panic attack. Soon enough, we realized that our city has been attacked.
Jeez.
About a few weeks later,
I kind of have to wonder, how do the people being probably terrorists, get those weapons? I mean, someone has to be supplying them. I don't think they could be building that. Someone has to be supplying them. I mean, could they be like, they probably have guns, probably would be raiding you on some advanced military bases? If so, then I wouldn't see how that could happen. Well, more mysterious things have happened, but, can somebody tell me, like, how they get those weapons? Or they getting supplied? Because I'm very uneducated in this stuff. Anyway, yeah, let's continue up with the video.
we were running low on supplies because we'd been in the house the full time trying to avoid the war. And then my dad was like, okay, we are low in food. We can't live like this. We are going to die in here if we don't get any more. My dad and my sister go out and they go and get food. It was about 4 days since they'd went out to get some food. And my mum and I and my brothers started panicking. Just like something has happened. They are not okay. I just lost all my hope. And I was like, well, there's nothing to do now. So let's just pray to God and see what happens.
Best thing to do in this instance.
But then a miracle happened. My dad came back from the house and without my sister, he was just crying and he was really injured.
Oh, man.
Without my sister, I've realised why God has taken her up, and I realised that she'll be by my side no matter what. Soon after that, we moved back to England, and now I'm 13 years old, and I live a happy life. Life is good, and just know if you're going through war and anything, it will get better.
Yeah. You're going through war, any kind of battle, chances are it's going to get better one way or another. But just, if you're caught in that war, in fact, if you're in Iraq and you're watching this video, if you are, then hi from overseas in America. Well, if you are, then, hi. Anyway, if there's a war, then, just try to survive at least. You probably will, but, we just hope you will. Cough. Anyway, let me go find another video. Okay, I found another video, another Storybooth video. It's My Friend Committed Suicide. YouTuber Cathrout's story. I probably butchered that. I'm good at butchering things like that. Anyway, let's begin the video.
On the first day of kindergarten, I was crying my eyes out after class. My mom had overlooked informing me that after school she wouldn't be picking me up, I'd be going to daycare. But when she wasn't there, I was a 5-year-old puddle of tears. That is, until a bright little girl cheered me up by asking me about myself. That girl's name was Sarah, and for 15 years, she was my best friend in the entire world.
That's good.
We only lived 2 blocks away from each other, so every morning before school, we would bike to the corner of our conjoining streets, awaiting our smiling reunion. Our friendship never faltered. If I needed someone to go to Costco with me for a quick errand, she was my girl. If I needed to go to an awkward high school dance, I was comforted by Sarah's presence.
Oh, that guy.
We grew up together and graduated high school as a pair.
That's good.
During college, Sarah developed mental health issues.
Oh. That's
Her sophomore year was a lonely time for her. Depression and anxiety overwhelmed her, and she came home from winter break seeking treatment. For the next 5 months, she was really suffering. I did my absolute best to support her via text, calls, and FaceTime, encouraging her to give it her all to get better. Unfortunately, at the end of those 5 months, Sarah chose to stop fighting her battle and ended her life.
Oh, no.
A decision which halted mine. I had never lost someone that close to me. It was just before finals, a challenging time on its own, and I wanted to be able to study so I could finish out my sophomore year.
that's not good. If you have depression, any mental issues that, you should really call someone about it. You shouldn't just let it happen. You need to get somebody to help you. You can't just be like, I have it, might as well just do nothing about it and see what happens. If you do nothing about it, chances are it's not going to end too well, I think. So, yeah. My advice, just please do something about it, guys, okay? Just don't keep it in the dark, okay? If you do that, only bad things can come out of that. Let people help you. There are people who are trained to help you with this stuff. And if parents don't know, might want to tell them. They shouldn't be angry. If they are, then, well, it makes no sense. Can't be angry at something you didn't choose to have. That's incorrect logic. Anyway, let's continue the video.
Strong, but I was really weakened by the grief I was experiencing. It was hard for me to sleep. I tossed and turned at night, unable to stop thinking about how much I missed her. During the day, I felt waves of sadness where all I could do was cry and wish that it was all a bad dream. My journey with grieving, while sad, was healthy. I shared what I was going through with my roommate, Talene, and she would cook me meals when I didn't feel like it and patiently listen to my concerns. My boyfriend provided a reliable source of comfort and endless hugs. I also confided in my occupational therapy professor, who did know what I was going through because her own brother had committed suicide. She gave me plenty of helpful resources, from quotes to studies of grief, and healthy ways to cope with pain. She also wisely said that while I will always have a hole in my heart for Sarah, the wound around that hole that is so tender right now will heal as I find closure. I will never stop missing Sarah. Mental illness is not widely understood. You are allowed to feel pain and, like Sarah, to be tired of fighting mental illness, but you are not allowed to give up. We are all the authors of our lives, and instead of ending your sentence with a period, choose to do so with a semicolon. Breathe, pause, regroup, and then seize another day. You've gotten through every day before this, and you will get through the next.
What a nice note to end on. Alright, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna let you guys read this, okay? In case you really do need to know about this. I care about all you guys, okay? If you guys care enough to subscribe and like my videos, then, well, I'm gonna care about you. Okay, guys? Okay. Anyway, I think that's been enough time on this. Yeah, make the static noise. Well, guys, that was the final video for today. Well, okay, this has been Vault Boy 111. Same for you to asking for you to like, subscribe, comment for more. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, my friends, and have a good day. Night.